pure monotheism. Have you ever heard of this term before?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Okay. Now, if we get a piece of paper and we draw monotheism,
Yep.
my understanding and my paradigm would be drawing the number one. That's my paradigm.
Okay.
How would you draw your monotheism?
I would draw the number one.
Every Christian I'd speak to, they tell me something different. Some say three. They draw three number ones with a circle going around it.
Mm-hmm.
Some say you draw three number ones with it equals one.
Yeah.
Some say you draw like a one with a one, and they're all crossed over each other. You're the only person who said just draw the number one. So how do you explain the three in one with drawing just number one?
Yeah, because we have one God, the Father Almighty. Now, the reason why we say that Jesus Christ is God is because he's begotten of God, i.e. in the Quran. In the Quran, Muhammad himself says that if Allah had a son, he will be the first of his worshipers, right?
If it says in the Quran, if Allah had a son.
Yeah, it says in the Quran, it says, if Allah had a son, well, it says, say, O Muhammad, if Allah had a son, you would be the first of his worshipers.
Okay.
Which means that if God had a son, his son would be worthy of worship, right?
Yeah.
But you would agree, Allah wouldn't go against himself, and he has already said that only God is worthy of worship, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So when we see something is begotten of God, is a son of God, then it has the Bible describes it as the exact same nature of God. We believe the Son has the exact nature of God. The Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father, so it has the exact nature of God. So it's one nature, it's one God, right? That nature is shared from the Father to the Son and the Holy Spirit. Still just one God.
Now the Son, right?
Yeah.
Because I understand the Son is 100% God, 100% man, right?
100% is a bad way. I would just say fully God, fully man. 100% gets a little confusing if you say it that way, but I would say fully God.
Okay, so if he's fully man, fully God, is the Father fully man, fully God?
No.
So I'm trying to understand this because
the Father,
the Son is something.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you finish. I don't want to cut you off.
I was gonna say if the Son is fully man, fully God, and the Father is not fully man, fully God, but yet they're the same thing. How can you make that make sense?
They're not the same thing, right? So
the Son and the Father are not the same thing.
No, they're not the same thing. One's the Son and one's the Father. So the Son took on flesh. The Father never took on flesh. The Son took upon flesh upon himself to reconcile us back to the Father, but the Father never took on flesh. There is no case in which the Father.
But there's only one God.
Only one God, yes.
But there's only one God.
Yeah.
But yet you're talking about two different things. You're saying one took on flesh and one didn't take on flesh.
Precisely. One person, right? What did I explain to you before? Why? So let's see if you're listening. Why is the Son God?
Because you said that he's the second person of the Trinity.
It's not. I haven't said the word Trinity all day, so you haven't been listening to what I've been saying. The reason why the Son, I get you, but just listen to what I'm saying, and then that shows me right there you weren't even listening because all you said was I haven't said second person of the Trinity all day. You're just kind of giving me something somebody else told you. The reason why the Son is God is because he's begotten of the Father, so he has the same nature of the Father. We believe in the monarchy, at least I believe in the monarchy. It's monarchical Trinitarianism. We believe in the monarch of the Father, i.e. that nature in which we call God, it comes from the Father. Right? It is the Son has it because he is begotten of the Father. The Spirit has it because it proceeds from the Father. So when we say one God, that's one nature. One nature that is God. The Son has that nature. The Spirit has that nature that comes from the Father. Doesn't mean they're all the same person, but it's still one God. It's one nature that's worthy of worship. That's God.
Okay. And would you say in that personhood, would you say they're all equal in terms of worship?
Yeah. In terms of worship, yeah, they're all equal.
So if I worship this, for example, just only the Holy Spirit, that's just like worshiping the Father, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And if I worship the Father and only the Father, that's okay as well.
Well, see, then you mess up when you say and only, right? Because like it's just like anybody else. Can someone say, I hate your child, but I love you? No, you hate my child, you hate me. So you can't say only. But if you say like today, if I go to church and I say, man, praise the Holy Spirit. Well, if I say praise the Holy Spirit, in me saying praise the Holy Spirit, I'm saying praise the Son and the Father. It's no different.
But you've already said that they're all the same thing.
No, they're not. I specifically said they're not the same thing. When did I say they are the same thing?
Oh, they're not the same thing, but yet they're one. But yet they're one God. I'm really trying to understand,
so
bro. I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow.
Yeah, check it. It's fine. Check nature. Let's run through it again. The reason why the Son is God is because he is begotten of the Father, who is the originator of this.
He comes
of this
forth
nature.
from the Father. It comes forth from the Father.
Yeah. Like you're human, right?
Yeah.
Why are you human?
Because I have attributes that make me a human.
Because you were born of two humans. Why is a monkey a monkey? It was born of two monkeys.
Because you have.
Why is a sheep a sheep? It was born of two sheep.
Yeah. But even though I didn't witness the sheep, I know he's a sheep or a monkey because he has attributes of a monkey or a sheep.
Either way, right? He wouldn't be a sheep. You cannot get a sheep. Can you just basic, right? You can try to swing it to make your point. Can you get a sheep from two donkeys?
No.
No. You only get a sheep from two sheep, right?
Yes.
Same thing.
But then in that case, what would you make Adam then? Because Adam didn't have a mother or father. So what is Adam then?
But Adam, nowhere in the script, in our scriptures, does it say Adam was begotten of God. Adam is made from clay. He's made from dirt. So Adam's beginning is dirt.
So he didn't come forth. He didn't come forth from God.
No, he came forth from dirt. God made Adam from dirt of the ground.
So Adam's not a human. He's dirt.
He's the originator of humans. Yeah, he came from dirt. Yeah.
So, yeah, but you said what makes me a human is because I came from a mother and a father.
Yeah, Adam's a special. Adam's a special case because he is the beginning. The same way the first sheep was a special case because it would not have come from two sheep either, right? Everything Adam is a special case.
So you'd agree. Yeah, so you'd agree that what makes a human is not so much the fact of where they come from. It's more the attributes.
I disagree, right? Post Adam. So we don't make rules for the exception. Adam is the exception to the rule. You don't make rules for the exception, right? Exceptions are exceptions for that reason. They're exceptions. We don't make rules for the exception. So what you're doing now is you're trying to make a rule for the exception. It makes no sense to do this. We don't make rules for the exception. We make rules. And then rules have exceptions. In the case of humanity, in the case of any species, the exception is the first of the kind that God created. That's the exception, but that's not the rule. The rule is two humans produce a human. That's the rule.
Okay.
Now, there are exceptions to the rule, but that's the rule.
Okay. And with your analogy, right, of the piece of paper and drawing the number one, how would I conclude from that drawing a 3 in 1?
You wouldn't. So I don't try to portray my God through a drawing. I don't do this, right? If someone asks me about my God, I need to articulate my God because my God is what your Qur'an says God is supposed to be. Does the Qur'an says God cannot be compared at all to anything in creation? I would agree. I.e., I couldn't just draw God. I couldn't just draw an image and someone says, "Oh yeah, I get it now." That would mean God is just like creation. He's exactly like creation. So I would agree to no.
Okay.
Just from drawing on a piece of paper, you should not be able to understand God. If you can't understand God just from a drawing on a piece of paper, then it's probably not God.
But you say that, but yet you say we're made in the image of God. So man looks like God. Or do you agree with that terminology or not?
Man looks like God.
Yeah, we're made in the image of God. What does that mean? We're made in the image of God.
Yeah, in his likeness, we have reason. We have thought patterns. Right. So in his likeness.
Oh, so not in we physically look like God.
You can take it there if you would like. I mean, sure, you can say we physically look like God. I really don't know. We don't know what God looks like, so I wouldn't know.
See, I'm in the same stance. I don't think anything looks like God that is created.
Yeah,
I think God is unique.
Yeah, maybe we don't. I don't know. When I say we're made in the image and likeness of God, it's more so not like hands and mouths and feet. It's reason, knowledge, understanding. In that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dominion over things, right? God has dominion over everything. We have dominion over earth. God has dominion over humans. We have dominion over dogs. So we're kind of like God in that sense. Not necessarily that God has 2 hands and 2 feet. Now I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know what God looks like, so I couldn't say.
Okay, so in terms of the differences between Christianity and Islam, right? Yep. I would say your understanding of God being one and my understanding of God being one. What would make me believe your understanding more than my? Why would your one make more sense? Why does it need to be a triune? Why can't it be 4 or 5 or 6?
Well, because
why does it need to?
Yeah, because that's not how God revealed Himself. It's the same way. If I ask you, why can't Ali be a prophet after Muhammad? You would say that's just not the way it is. So God just revealed himself in three persons. That's why we believe God is three persons. We have witnesses. So the reason why, right, we look in Christianity and we say, why is God triune? Because we have witnesses. So we can go back throughout the scriptures and we can see the Father, we can see the Son, and we can see the Holy Spirit, not just from one person, but from multiple writers throughout generations of the scriptures. So this is why we believe we believe. We have witnesses for what we believe.
Okay. But wouldn't it be in scripture clear as day, or why is it always when I read scripture, it's always in dribs and drabs and it's always hidden? Why isn't it God is three in one? Why isn't it just said like that?
Our God doesn't write in this way. Almost nothing is that way with our God in our scriptures, right? Because he has no reason to. What you're doing is you're placing upon God something that he does not place upon himself. God has no obligation to say to you, three in one. What God does say is he tells Abraham to write down, Yahweh rain down fire from Yahweh in heaven. Or he tells, he's spurring to the Old Testament to Don. But, he has no reason to say, three. He just says God, Yahweh, rain down fire from Yahweh. Or when it comes to the burning bush in Exodus, he says the angel of the Lord was in the bush and then God spoke from the bush. Or when in the case of Samuel, when it says, that he praised the Holy Spirit, he puts it in just regular. Now he has no reason to say I am three in one. He just says worship God. And then he sends his son and his son explains all things and everything is
But it seems when God is describing himself to us, he always says God is one in the Old when I'm reading the Old Testament.
What do you mean it always says God is one?
Well, it mentions it over 4,200 times. God is one.
What do you mean? It says the words God is one over 4,000 times.
Yeah.
So that's not true. Show me an example of that.
God is one.
The words God is one are mentioned in the Torah more than 4,000 times.
Yeah,
that's not true at all. That's a lie.
Okay, let me find it for you, and then I'm gonna come back. But it's been nice talking to you.
Maybe the word God is there, but not God is one is not there 4,000 times.
God is one. Explicitly, God is one over 4,000 times.
That's just a blatant lie, my brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not true.
Okay, I'll find it and I'll bring it back. I promise.
Find it, bring it back, boss.
Thank you, boss. Thanks.
God bless. Yeah, that being in those three words, like. I just want to do something really quick. I don't even that would pretty much be the whole Torah is just repeating God is one, God is one, God is one, God is one. That's the only way that you could get to the that's the only way you could get to the point where you say is there 4,000 times. It would almost just have to be repeated over and over again. It would just have to be just literally. They would just have to repeat God is one, God is one, God is one, God is one. Over and over and over and over again for this to be true. That's not true at all. I've not trying to brag or anything. I've read the entirety of the Torah, the Tanakh, multiple times. I can guarantee you it doesn't say God is one 4,000 times. That's not true. Khalid Hassan, if you want to request up, man, you're welcome to come up. Any Muslims who want to come up? Wait, I got a couple comments. Let's see if anybody on YouTube wants to come up, guys. Ooh, page 154, guys. Any request, but man, feel free to come up. All right, let me see. Hey, guys. Hey, God bless you too. All right, now if you're on YouTube, you want to come up, I'm gonna put the link in the chat here. Hold on one second. I'm gonna put the link in the YouTube chat. All right, so if you're on YouTube, you want to come up, hit that button. If you're on TikTok, you want to come up, you know how to do it. Hit the request button, feel free. We're here today for all of your now Monday. All right, when I'm back, not Monday, I went back on my main, but Monday when I start another topic, don't come up and try to talk about Rebecca in Numbers 31 and Deuteronomy 18. You have your opportunity today to talk about Rebecca in Numbers 31 and Deuteronomy 18 and all this weird stuff you like to bring up when I have a very specific topic and then say I'm running. You have a chance today. It's an open panel. You can come up and bring up whatever you want as your reason why you're not a Christian. So the Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. What is the Tanakh? The Tanakh is the Torah plus everything else in the Old Testament. That's the Tanakh. So we have the Torah and then we have the Tanakh. The Tanakh includes, of course, like Jeremiah, Isaiah, Psalms, Songs of Solomon, everything that's in the Old Testament plus. So the Tanakh is just the fullness of the Old Testament. The Torah is only the first 5 books. We Muslims too believe God is one. You Muslims, no disrespect, you believe in an entirely different God from the scriptures. Okay, then what is the Injil? Yeah, so you would have to ask a Muslim what is the Injil. The Injil translates to gospel, but when we tell them it's the gospels, they say no, it's not the gospels. So you got as a Muslim, what's the Injil? They don't know where it is. I don't know where it is because it also says the Injil mentions Muhammad and the Gospels don't mention Muhammad. So I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a Muslim. What is the Injil? That's a great question. And no one can answer it. No one can give us an answer to what is the Injil. Not a singular soul has ever answered what is the Injil. Yeah, maybe the one thing we agree on with Jews is that the Christians are idol worshippers. Yeah. And you know, here's the thing, right? And I say this all the time. Muslims and Jews, they don't like to admit it. Muslims and Jews follow almost the same religion. Muslims and Jews follow almost the same religion. You can try to beat around the bush. A lot of Christians, for whatever reason, they try to beat around the bush on this topic. I don't. Muslims and Jews are almost the same religion. Like they're not that far apart. I'm just going to be honest. They're really not that far apart. I'll tell you the difference. The difference is Judaism does bid'ah, which rightly so. Rightly so they do bid'ah. You know, so they don't still think they can go, well, some of them don't still think they can go attack a nation and subjugate them, right? They may see in their Talmud that it may mention some things about children, but they don't do it anymore, right? They innovate their religion enough to the point where it's acceptable to modern society. Islam just didn't do that, but that's really the only difference. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Three gods always confuse you. It's not three gods, my man. It's one God. So we have one God, that's the Father, the monarch. Now the Son is God from God, light from light. He is God because he's begotten of the Father. So he has the same nature of the Father. The same way you have the same nature as your Father, he has the same nature as his Father. And the Spirit proceeds from God, comes from God, so it is God. Has the same nature as the Father. Father is the monarch. This is why the Nicene Creed reads the way that it reads. If you read the beginning of the Nicene Creed, it says, we believe in one God, the Father Almighty, and in one Lord Jesus Christ, God from God, light from light, of the same ousia, homoousios, of the same ousia as the Father, substance. But my Father and I are two separate people. Yeah. And the Father and the Son are two separate persons. All right. When we say God is referring to the nature. It's the nature. It's the nature. It's not confusing if you don't want it to be, and if you remove Islam from your mind. It's only confusing because Islam has taught you this, what he called it, strict monotheism. Right? That's just not even the case in the Old Testament. We've always seen, right, how many, there's one God. There's three persons that have that nature. There's one God and there's three persons that have that nature. It's one God, three persons that have that nature. God bless you, Psalms 91. But guys, keep liking and sharing the live. We'll see if we can get another Muslim in today. I don't know. We're on the burner. I get my main account back Wednesday. Speaking of that, we'll be late Wednesday. All right, we'll be late Wednesday because we're just going to go on the main account. So we'll be Wednesday. It'll be almost 11 o'clock by the time we go. We'll be about an hour late. But Hollis, that'll be good. But for now, please, if you have your Rebecca questions, if you have your Numbers 31 questions, if you got your Deuteronomy 22 and 28 questions, if you got your 1 Samuel 15 and 3 questions, if you got your Trinity questions, all of the questions you try to ask me, I got a 7-day suspension. All the questions you try to ask me when I'm in the middle of a topic, come on and ask them right now. Come up, ask them right now. And hey, even though I say, why aren't you Muslim? Hebrew Israelites, feel free to request. Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, Jews, doesn't matter. Anybody can hit the request button, come up and tell me why you aren't a Christian. Why are you not a Christian? If you want to come up here, it's about the Catholic brothers and sisters got a new pope, an American pope. That's something new, all right? They got a new American pope. But yeah, if you want to ask teach us how to defeat the Hebrew Israelite arguments, please. Which argument? So I'll tell you how to defeat Hebrew Israelites generally. Generally, you defeat Hebrew Israelites by getting them off their script. They have a script. You have to know the Bible well enough to get them off of their script, right? That is the key to beat Hebrew, but you have to give me a specific question, I'll give you an answer. But the key is to get them off their script. Don't let them stay on their script. Take them to scriptures that they don't know, because I'm not lying. They have what's called a precept book. So they have a book that tells you, right, when, this topic go to this verse, this topic go to this verse. So if you knock them off of that script, take them somewhere they're not used to and make them, and you got to hold them to it, make them stay on it. It makes them malfunction. It's literally, you'll see, it's like a machine misfiring. Like they don't know what to do. They get confused. It's just like a Muslim. You knock a Muslim off of their dawah script, they're through. Same thing with a Hebrew Israelite, man. You knock them off that script, they say the Gentiles are still Jews, and the Jews. Okay, here's how you beat that argument. You take them to Exodus 12. Now, the reason why you take them to Exodus 12 is because Exodus 12 is going to speak on people who are not Israel becoming Israel. Now, the reason why you have to go to Exodus 12 is because Exodus 12 is literally the Exodus. The Israelites are just leaving. They literally have just left Egypt. So they have no way of knowing, right? I mean, they have no way of having forgotten that they're Israelites. That's the argument. The Gentiles are Jews who forgot they were Israelites. By this point, they have no way of forgetting they were Israelites. So you take them to Exodus 12, and Exodus 12 is going to read, all right, that you can become an Israelite as long as you circumcise yourself and keep the Passover. So that's going to kill the argument that the Gentiles are Jews who forgot they were Jews, because we see Gentiles grafted in before the Israelites had time to even know that they had forgotten. You can also go to the book of Acts, because in the book of Acts, the Jews are actually separated, and I have to get you the exact verse, but in the book of Acts, just read the whole book. It's a good thing to read the whole thing anyway. In the book of Acts, the Jews are actually separated into two groups. It's a word in the Bible called Grecians. Grecians are what they try to say Gentiles are. They are Israelites who have taken the customs of Greece, of the Greeks, right? So those are the Grecians. So the Gentiles, the Grecians, and the Jews are three distinct groups from each other in the book of Acts. So that's another place you take them. You take them to the Grecians. The Grecians are a distinct group, which are what they try to say the Gentiles are. The Grecians are the ones. Hold on. What in the world? The Grecians are the ones who are the Jews who forgot they were Jews, per se, or have taken up the culture of the Greeks. All right, so that's what they want if they try to say Grecians. Any more questions, guys? Feel free. Send them in the comments. You can hit the request button. If you want to know about me, what do I mean Nazarene? Ask me about Nazarene Christianity. You can come up, you can question me on why I eat pork and why I keep the holy days and why I keep the Sabbaths. Shout out to the Sabbath. If you want to ask any of those questions, feel free. Hit the request button, come up. Anything, man, it's an open panel. Anything goes today. Now, once again, please, don't wait until Monday when I come with a whole different topic, when I'm up here and I say, what is a woman according to Islam? And you come up and bring up Numbers 31. Don't do that. Because you got the opportunity right now to come up and get your Numbers 31 answer. Do you know I was trying to clip today, guys? I was trying to clip up. How can I explain Mark 13:32? All right, let's go to Mark 13:32. Good job. Let's do this. I appreciate the questions. Let's go to Mark 13:32. Yeah, I got hit on my live yesterday, and I still haven't got a response. But anyways, let's go to Mark 13:32. But of that day, no one knows, not even the angels of heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. You explain it by going to the blue letter. You go to the definition of words. Now, if you go to that verse in the blue letter Bible, Mark 13:32, if you go to literally, it's called blue letter, just type in blue letter Bible. It's going to give you the definition of words within the scriptures. Okay, so you type that verse in the blue letter. I'm going to do it right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to share it to YouTube. So if you want to actually see me do this, you can go to YouTube and I'll show it. I'm going to share my screen on YouTube. One second. I'm going to share my screen on YouTube. All right, matter of fact, I'm just going to put myself down here at the bottom for a second. All right, so you go to the blue letter, and then you go to Mark 13, then you scroll down to verse 32. Now, if you click on that word knows right there, all right, that word knows is Edo. Edo, no man knows. All right, now if you scroll down and you're going to go to what's called coordinates results shown using the KJV. So it's going to show you every time this verse is used. And then you're going to click over and you're going to go to when Paul uses it in Corinthians. All right, and let me find the verse I'm looking for. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. I think it's 2 Corinthians. Let's find it here. Hold on 1 second. Let me find the verse. I'm going to show you. First Corinthians 2:2 is the verse. I must have missed it. Hold on. Let's go back. 1 Corinthians 2:2. And it's going to say, for I determined not to know anything among you except Christ crucified. It's the same word for know. It says, I determined to know nothing among you but Christ crucified. Does this mean that Paul didn't have any head knowledge of anything except for Christ crucified? Does this mean Paul didn't know how to walk, how to talk, or that Paul didn't know immense thing about the law and about the testimony of Jesus Christ? Of course he did. But when he came to the Gentiles, he decided to reveal, or to the church in Corinth more precisely, he decided to reveal nothing but Christ crucified. All he wanted to tell them was Christ crucified. So all the Messiah is saying in Mark 13:32 is not that he doesn't have head knowledge. It's that it's not for him to reveal. It's not for him to tell the hour. It's only for the Father to tell the hour. That's the only purpose. It's only for the Father to tell the hour. You can actually see this said again. And if you go to Acts chapter 1, let's share this on the screen 1 second. Share this on YouTube. If you go to Acts chapter 1 and verse 4.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Did you mean to request level law?
No, I wanted to read something for you.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me finish this up. Therefore, chapter 6, he says, when they came together, they asked him, Lord, will you at this time restore the kingdom of Israel? He said, it's not for you to know the times and the seasons which the Father has put in his own authority. It's not for you to know these things. You're not supposed to. He doesn't, in this verse, he doesn't say, I don't know. He says it's not for you to know. And the word that's used for know, in this case, actually means head knowledge. It's a completely different word for know. All right. So it's just that he decided it's not for him to reveal. All right, slave of Allah, what you got for me, boss man?
Okay. Creed of divine origin and singular worship. Creed of Jesus alayhi salam. Allah equal God equal the Father, right? In the name of Allah, the eternal one.
I'm confused as to
what hold on, let me finish. Let me say anything goes, right?
I want to know, my man. I just want to know what you're reading. What are you reading?
Oh, it's of Christ followers.
Christ followers
in ancient times. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I need to get some background on the document, man. Calm down.
Was the first and the source of all. He alone is uncreated.
Slave of Allah.
Without beginning. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Calm down. What century is this from that you're reading?
All right, you ready?
It's from what now?
Allah is the first and the source of all. He alone is uncreated, absolute, without beginning or end. All that exists proceeds from his will, knowledge, and command. From Allah came forth the word by his command and wisdom. The word is not equal to Allah in essence, but is a creation that reflects his will and power. It is honor, but not divine in itself. From the word came Jesus, son of Mary. He's the Messiah, a servant of Allah, and a manifestation of the word made flesh. He was born by Allah's decree and empowered by the Spirit. From Jesus came the union of flesh and spirit. He was human in body, noble in character, and guided by divine inspiration. He carried a portion of God's light and essence, yet remained a created being. The Word, Jesus, and the Spirit all proceed from Allah. They are not partners, equals, or independent gods. They reflect his attributes, but are dependent upon him in all things. Only Allah is to be worshipped. Worship belongs solely to the one who created all, who has no partner, likeness, or need. To him alone do all praise rise, and to him alone all hearts return. This is the true monotheism, that all creation flows from Allah, bears trace of his command. Hold on, I'm almost done. But none shares in his divinity. He is one, unique, eternal.
Why are you reading this? What is this for?
Because so that people could understand that Jesus and the Spirit is not God.
All right, watch your head, man.
But the power.
What are you coming up to read for? Come up for an argument. You came up to try to what? To try to give a dissertation on what you believe on my panel? Who cares? Make an argument. What's wrong with you? Who does that?
What was that? No.
What are you reading? Let's make him up here to read a poem. I'm thinking he's reading something from a Christian source, at least a heretic Christian source. He just randomly reading. Hey, Thistle Boy, the link to come up is in the chat. If you want to come up and discuss, hit the request button, bro, and come up. But what is this? Yeah, anything as far as a question, not you just coming up and deciding to read something random on the panel. Come up and have a debate, not anything you can read, anything you want. Of course not. Of course it's not what we're saying. Why would we do that? This ain't story hour. What's going on, J4J? You doing all right, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. God bless y'all. God bless you. You're just reaching out to the Muslims with the gospel message and that. God bless you.
Oh, praises, man. Yeah, that is not in any sense the true belief of Jesus. Where did you get that from? I was trying to ask you in the first place. Where did you get it from? That sounds like you probably got it from some Muslim source in the 1800s. No one would write this. Go ahead.
Did you say what source it was? Like
no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't tell me what year it was from. He just kept reading. And you know, it doesn't make any sense, right? This is why when you try to bring these false documents, they should make them better false documents. It doesn't make any sense to give an apologetic against a Trinitarian belief if he never had it. Like, think about this logically, right? Why would it be a dissertation like that that the false Jesus just randomly wrote? They just randomly wrote it. But according to you, they never believed in the Trinity. So if they never believed in it, why would they write an apology against something they never believed in? Does that make sense? Do you get the premise of why that doesn't make any sense for it to be true? Like, who does that? That's like me writing an apology against why the Trinity is not the Father, the Son, and Bob. Well, no one ever said the Trinity was the Father, Son, and Bob. Why would I write a letter saying that the Father and Son is that the Trinity is not the Father, Son, and Bob? No one ever said it. What I'm writing it for doesn't make any sense, man. Doesn't make any sense. All right. Anybody else want to hit the request, but man, feel free to come up if you have a question. Connie, anybody? Oh, wait, we got somebody. Okay, wait. Okay. Abdurrahman, how you doing, man?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
God bless, man. What you got for me?
God bless, man. No, I just wanted to go back to the topic yesterday we was on. You said, yeah, and today.
Who the hell is that?
It's a guy on YouTube, man. You talking about what, Muhammad and kids?
Yeah,
Damn,
pretty much, yeah, that. But what's the topic about? So I don't divert. What's going on?
It's not really a topic today. It's just why aren't you Christian? Why are you Muslim? Anything you want to say is fine with me. I don't care.
Hey, man.
Oh,
what up, Musa?
As long as it can fit, bro. That's all it is. That's all there is to it, bro.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on, wait, hold on, Arent. Musa, did you just say that? Are you admitting it?
If she meets the criteria of marriage, I don't see the issue, bro.
Okay, let's slow down here.
Sick.
Wait.
That is sick.
Let's slow down.
Nope.
Let's slow down. So you said, okay,
What?
so what is the criteria for marriage that you have?
Yeah, so if she can physically bear the responsibilities of a woman, then she's sound of mind, according to her fiqh book.
Okay, so if she can,
is the other guy Muslim?
Yeah, the Musa's a Muslim.
Musa, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro.
And this is for the Abadia, basically.
Yeah. Ibadia.
What?
He's saying my name on YouTube, man. It's all good. Go ahead.
So cool. So cool for both of you, yeah.
You sound cool, brother. What's good with you, bro?
I want both of you to find me one companion who had a child wife. Just one.
I could give you one. Yeah, none of them had child wives, not even the prophet. So I don't know. Didn't Umar have a child wife?
No, he didn't.
No, she was at the age of, I believe, like 12 or something. I don't know.
She had a 12-year-old wife.
What's her name?
Yeah, that's a child. We don't. It's not depend on the age.
What's the name?
The criteria.
What's the name?
Hold on. Let me.
I just want to keep. So Musa, what you're saying is.
What's the name? You said Umar's wife was
Umar.
You want to stay on me? Yo, brother, stay on me. This is I'm
Umar ibn Khattab. Who was his wife?
Hold on. Let me holler at Musa for once. Let me holler at Musa for once. I just want to give me 1 second, Abdurrahman. I want to get this kind of squared away with Musa, and then I'll let you talk to him for a second. Okay. So you said as long as she can bear the responsibility of the household, that means what? She can cook, clean, wash clothes, those types of things.
Yeah, she can. Yeah, basically what a woman can do.
And as long as she can do that, and she's is it bled? Does she even have to bleed, or does she have to show some kind of signs of puberty?
I mean, she's gonna have to be around the age of pubescence.
Okay,
it's
so
not really dependent.
Doesn't most of your fiqh put the minimum age of pubescence at about 9, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, so as long as she is somewhere around the age of puberty and she's showing some signs of puberty, she can cook, clean, wash clothes. She's in it and it fits. She's good to be penetrated.
Sure.
God,
that is sick,
that's
man.
almighty.
How is that sick? Can I get the objection, bro?
Musa, get out of America, bro. We don't want.
When did I say I would consummate the marriage with a 9-year-old though? That's not the issue.
Okay.
Sick, man.
Let me. Abdurrahman. Now this guy on your screen, shout out Ibrahim Torre. He actually just outlawed what Musa just said. Adrian, what's going on, brother? The guy on your screen, Ibrahim Torre, he actually just outlawed what Musa said in Burkina Faso. So shout out to him. Good man.
No,
even though he's a Muslim.
The objection is not whether she.
He's a good man.
It's not.
Hold on, I just want to ask this real quick. Abdurrahman, I just want to ask another Muslim. What do you think about what he just said?
Yeah, if she meets the criteria of marriage womanhood, then I don't have an issue. But that's not dependent on the age.
The only criteria is if you can fit it. If she can handle it, then you can do it according to your scholars. Sure. According to your scholars, age is irrelevant.
Thank you. That's the issue.
And mental maturity. Mental maturity.
You back now? Oh, I couldn't hear you on the other. You got 2 accounts up. All right. What do you think about what do you think about what Musa? Yeah, I get rid of the other one. What do you think about what Musa just said?
No, I didn't hear nothing.
I don't have. Can I get the objection, bro?
No, I'm gonna see if a Muslim has an objection, and I'll give you mine. Abraham, he said. No,
we're not gonna tag team, bro. This is just between me and you.
Okay.
I don't need their comment. Okay.
Musa. So yeah, my objection very simply is that just because someone can cook, clean, and it'll fit doesn't mean she's ready to be penetrated. She's not mentally ready to handle these things.
How's that?
Huh?
Yeah, if she's able to consent, would that be an issue?
Well, see, here's the thing, right? I don't think anyone, I don't think any singular 12-year-old, no matter how much they can cook, clean, and wash dishes, can actually consent to sex. The same way a 12-year-old may say that I want to eat candy for dinner. That doesn't mean that candy for dinner is good for you, right? Even though she can consent to eating candy for dinner.
Council of Trent, 12-year-olds are allowed to get married according to your council.
I'm not a Catholic. Like you have to ask a Catholic that question. I'm not saying. And let me make it clear. I'm not saying that it even says that in the Council of Trent. I wouldn't know because I don't study it because I'm not a Catholic. I don't know. So I'm not saying it does say it or doesn't say it because I don't know.
No, but what was Musa saying?
So where does your God object to this? I want to see it.
1 Corinthians 7:36.
Go read it out loud. I know what verse you're talking about.
Yeah, let me read.
I read the commentaries on that verse. It actually says that this allows child marriage, though.
Well, one
Avyad.
Same thing. I don't need to take commentary, right? So commentaries are necessary for me.
Brother,
you need to take
but the opinion is that it's probably around the age of menstruation or puberty. I'm gonna grant you that.
No, the word hyperkamos never is used to refer to just puberty. That's not what it means. It's not the meaning of the word at all.
Are you gonna say it's referring to women at the age of 20? That bullshit.
17. Can you find me?
That's a lie.
Can you find me?
Go to lexicon. Go to lexicon that verse, but I dare you.
No. What all I want you to do is find me a case in which a Greek writer uses this word to refer to somebody under the 17. I'll accept it. Give it to me.
Sure. So.
Go look.
Yeah. So are you saying that at the age of 17, according to the Bible, that's when you're allowed to get married?
Saying the age of 17 is the beginning of this word hyperkamos. Hyperkamos means you're beyond the prime of life, right? You're
that's cut, bro. You're lying.
Yeah,
that's what it means. That's literally what it means.
So then it contradicts the Old Testament. Wait, actually, I'm gonna grant you that. So then that
it contradicts. Okay, show me where it contradicts the Old Testament. Give me the verse, and then I'm gonna get to Abraham for a second.
Yeah, because according to Numbers 31:17-18, you're allowed to keep children as well.
Talking about.
It doesn't say wives. It doesn't say have sex.
You don't even know what that's talking about.
So what? Okay,
what's Numbers 31 talking about? What's Numbers 31?
So it's referring to Moses attacking the Midianites.
So the who?
The Midianites.
Who are the Midianites?
They're like some sect of.
Hold on one second.
And what did they do?
They're like a branch of the Canaanites.
What did they used to do?
Yeah, but that's not the objection, bro.
Yes, you see, you don't know what you're talking about. That's the problem. What did Musa? What did the Mennonites do? Tell us, since you know so much.
Israelite man.
What did they used to do to them?
Do to what? They
to the Israelites. What did they used to do to them?
They used to slaughter their kids.
No. No, you see, you don't even know what's happening in numbers, and you're talking.
One sec, I'm eating something real quick.
No, you look like a clown now because you don't know what's happening.
Brother, your book allows charmers.
It does. Numbers. I just want to run it through them. Numbers.
Exegesis.
Nowhere.
Go to any rabbinical commentary. Go to any
nowhere.
commentary.
Nowhere. No. Hold on. Nowhere in Numbers. Musa. Nowhere in Numbers 31 does it mention marry them or have sex with them in any sense, form, or fashion.
You're keeping them for yourself. What does that mean?
Keep them as handmaidens. That's it. The Bible. Musa.
What's the law keeping captive?
The Bible. Hold on.
What's the law keeping captive?
Musa, you already messed up, right? Because the word.
You messed up.
I'll show you, Musa. Musa, calm down. I'll show you how you messed up. Do you see how we have a law in the Bible that's about keeping captive women? That's about, well, not even keeping. That's about Musa. Let me finish speaking, bro. I don't want to have to mute you. You making me mute you. All right. The word is referring to the word when we go to the. My man, if you don't, I'm gonna have to drop you. I want to drop you, but you gotta let me finish speaking.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
No problem. All right, so we're gonna go now. All right, if you see a woman among the captives,
yeah.
All right, now we're gonna go to this. Hold on, I got you. No. We're gonna get the actual word. Calm down. That's why I'm doing this for you.
You're kind of like allowed to break them.
Musa, we have a law.
All right, Musa, I'm going to drop you if you don't stop cutting me off. I'm trying to be polite. I don't want to have to yell. All right, this is Deuteronomy 11. It says, if you see among the captives a beautiful woman. Now, this is H. Let's write the word down so you'll know it. Let me get me a piece of paper here.
I'm going to cook you on this.
It is. Hold on one second, Clippy. Give me 1 second. I want to break this down to him really quick. I want to just finish this off. It's quite easy to me. All right, so the word is H802. This is the word in Hebrew that's used right there for women. When it says if you can take these women as your wives, and it gives you all the ways in which you do have to take them as your woman. Now we're gonna go to Numbers. Hold on, man. I don't want to drop you. I really don't. But now let's go to Numbers 31, and let's see what you're referring to in Numbers 31 and see what it says.
17 to 18. Go ahead. Read that out loud for me.
All right. It says, "Keep alive the children."
Yep.
What word is used there?
I think it's not.
It's tap. It's tap.
I don't even know that.
What does that mean, bro?
It's H2945. Children.
Thank you. So why are they keeping the children for?
Handmaidens, not wives.
What's so funny?
So they couldn't have kept the little boys as maidens as well.
No, the reason why, and I've explained this a million times, the reason why you don't keep little boys, and I'll be honest, I'm not one who runs. The reason why you don't keep little boys is because if you, Musa, where are you from? Even just right now, Canada. Not historically. Where do you live now? What country? I just need a country broadly.
Why would I tell you that, bro?
Doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. If Ethiopia attacks Somalia tomorrow and they unalive all the Somali men and women, and they take the little Somali boys, 6 and under or whatever, and they take them back to Ethiopia. When those Somali boys get of age and they got a little strength to them and a little power, what is going to be the first thing those little Somali boys try to do? What's going to be their first mode of action?
Yes, so are you going to say that because they're going to be grown, they're going to seek revenge?
But when they're adults, they will seek revenge. We ain't got time for this.
No, they're being adopted into a society. What would make them?
Doesn't matter. You can adopt into a society all you want. You can adopt. It does. We've seen it happen a million times. Why do you think the Hutu and Tutsi war? Okay, right now, it's actually an example. Right now, why is Rwanda attacking Uganda right now?
Repeat that again.
Why is Rwanda attacking Uganda right now?
Because they want the resources, I believe.
Yeah. Why don't they like the people who are in southern Uganda? Who is in control of Rwanda right now? What ethnic group of people are in control of Rwanda right now?
It's the Tutsis.
The Tutsis. And what ethnic group of people inhabit southern Uganda? I'm sorry.
Something like
Hutus.
something like that.
They just don't like them because they remember what they did to their ancestors 80 years ago. And so they say, whatever way we can get to you, we're going to get to you, we're going to touch you. So this is why the Most High God says, okay, get rid of the young boys too. We don't want these problems. I don't run from this. I'm happy. I'm fine with it. I'm happy with it. I don't run from this. Yes.
So you're okay with slaughtering little boys is what you're telling me.
Yep.
So, but you have an objection with child. Like, what the, what is this?
Yeah. Wait, can I ask him something?
You're okay with slaughtering children.
Musa, let me ask you this. Musa, hold on, Musa. So when Allah caused the flood and everyone got unalive, even the little boys, you're okay with that, right?
This is going to be a categorical.
Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that, Musa?
Yeah, you're trying to.
Musa, are you okay with that?
I know what you're trying. You're trying to justify.
Musa, answer the question. Okay. Stop running. Are you okay?
And quite frankly, guys.
So you're not okay with God's judgment?
Yeah, you're cooked, bro. This is how.
So you're not okay with God's judgment?
You're better than him? I know you're trying to justify.
So you're better than God?
Look, I know.
Yeah, Musa, you sound like a clown now, bro.
No, Clip, you're
also, when we read, when we read 424 in the Quran, where you can have right hand possessions, that's cool.
Yeah, because according to your Bible,
it's cool. It's cool with age.
Yeah, because concubines is okay, bro.
All right. Come on. All right, so Musa, for the most part,
stop being over talk. Don't interrupt me.
Yeah, for the most part, with you is no more. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, you're kind of okay with slaughtering little boys. So
yeah,
you
in that, no, hold on. Really. I don't have to. We don't have to do the YouTube. Musa. Respectfully, the prophet, when they came to the prophet and they said some of the ones, some children from the polytheists has died, he said they were from among them. He didn't care. Number two, I don't need to. Let me finish. I don't need to do the YouTube thing. In that particular case, when God ordains this for that particular case to say, listen. God knows the beginning from the end. He knows those little boys are going to be a problem in the future. So he says, get rid of them now. No, I don't rebel against God and say, oh my gosh, this is horrible. No, God knows. Your prophet did it too. God knows the beginning from the end. So I have no quarrels. Is that all you got? Do you have anything else? All right, watch your head. You don't got anything else. I'm not going to keep running around back and forth with you to go back and forth.
Musa is like, he's a hypocrite because Muhammad, he unalived youngsters in the Battle of Qurayza massacre, like over 600 of them. And so if he's gonna condemn the Bible on that, then he has to condemn his prophet.
It's fine. It's not Abdurrahman. What you got, man?
Yeah, man. So back to the convo, man.
Yeah.
From yesterday, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, about the
this is insane to me. I'm not gonna lie, like.
What do you come up to say, my man's? I've answered your. I've answered your question honestly. That's it. What do you want me to say to you now? You just saying that's crazy. Not helping you.
It's fine. Whatever. If you're okay with slaughtering little boys,
yes,
that's fine.
Yes. In that particular case, not now, not today. Like you, do you know how you still okay right now with a 12-year-old getting mounted by a grown man? I wouldn't be okay if you already said it. Yes, and you're live on YouTube. And you're live on YouTube saying it. You're live and you're gonna get clips in it. So you're live and you're gonna get clipped. You'll be a clip next week. Now, I don't care. I'm gonna let you talk in 1 second. Give me 1 second, Arent. I don't care. Musa, I'm gonna drop you again. Let me get you out of here again. Now, Musa thinks I'm like him. Musa thinks I'm gonna give a different answer. No, let me be very clear again. Then I'm gonna get to Abdurrahman right here. I'm gonna be very clear again. God, in all his majesty and all his knowledge, he foresaw this may be a problem. So handle this situation now. And God said, perfect. You ain't gotta mute him. Let him comment. We ain't gotta mute him. Let him comment because it just helped the live. It helps when he comments. It helps the live. Let him comment. But anyways, when God, all right, says this may be an issue and we need to deal with this issue now, I have no issue with this. It doesn't bother me. I have no quarrels with this. God said, do it. It is not a universal command because in some cases, God said spare the little girls. In some cases, God said spare all the children. In some cases, God said spare all the women and children. In some cases, God said kill everything that move. Every situation, God gives us a specific command. The difference between me and Musa is Musa still right now today. Hot responds. If you keep joining, bro, you just got to wait in the queue. I'm not going to bring you up because you keep dropping and rejoining. Give me a second. I'm going to finish with Abraham. I get to you. All right. The difference is Musa thinks right now as we speak, that you can still have sex with 12-year-old little girls. That's the difference. The difference is I believe that God can give very specific commands to the Israelites that are for that specific time, and you believe that just generally you can mount children even right now today. That is the difference. That is the difference. Abraham, let's get back to you, my brother. All right, what you got for me, man?
Yeah, man. Back to what we was talking about with the child wives. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. I just want you to show me one companion that married a child.
Gave you Umar. Umar married a 12-year-old. Musa even told you that. Your Muslim brother told you.
Yeah, I could give you the name of
12-year-olds.
the little girl.
It's 12-year-olds a young girl. We're talking about.
Yeah, I'll give you the name. You wanted the name? I'll give you the name.
Wait, really quick. So wait. So you're wait. I just want to make sure I want to keep. So you're okay with someone marrying a 12-year-old?
Within Jewish tradition, what age is when?
I don't care. I think Jews. I think Jews might be I think Jews are just as antichrist as Muslims. So don't bring me up Jews. I don't care.
It's not about.
I'm saying. Do you just Abraham? Don't run to Jews, bro. Just answer the question I asked you. Are you
Jews because you?
Okay, then. So just my man. Just answer the question directly. Do you think it's okay for a 50-year-old man to marry a 12-year-old?
Who was 50? Umar.
In general, do you think it's okay for a 50-year-old man to marry a 12-year-old?
Boy, man, it depends on the cultural context back then, because in Africa that happens a lot, and in America and all these.
Wow. Do you think it's just hold on? You still ain't gave me a straight answer, bro. This is what I don't like. Right? The dude came up and he gave me this verse about the God ordering to unalive these little boys. I can give a straight answer. Can you just give me a straight answer? Do you think it's okay today, right now, for a 12-year-old?
Oh, what, today?
Yeah.
No, of course not today. Definitely
not
today.
No. Okay, so that would mean that Muhammad is not the best example for all time, right?
No, but it depends on the cultural context back then and how the worldly view was back then.
Is Muhammad...
Oh, my Lord.
Okay, Abraham, I'm going to ask you this again, right?
Can you mute the other guy?
Is Muhammad? No, I'm not gonna mute them. Is Muhammad?
No, because I'm trying to talk to you. I didn't know you had another group behind.
Yeah. Always do. I'm always on TikTok as well. Is Muhammad the best example for all time? Yes or no?
Yeah, but it's like we're going into different topics now.
Okay, what is the topic? I thought the topic was child marriage.
I wanted to go to what Aisha being a child when the Prophet married, and like the questions you're asking. Is like you're gonna. All right, so
I forgot. So you were the guy. You were the guy that don't even agree. You don't even think Aisha was 9.
No, I don't. Go with the narrative.
Yeah, so you're the guy. You're the guy. I remember you now. You're the guy who pretty much said fuck Bukhari and Sahih Muslim.
I didn't say fuck Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. I didn't say.
Yeah, you said you pretty much said Bukhari is a liar.
I never said Bukhari is a liar. I said Urwa. So the person where he get the transmission from, the narration from.
So the person who Bukhari got the narration from was a liar.
The chain of it, I'm not saying he's a liar though. I'm not labeling a liar. People can. Was he telling the truth? I'm not personally gonna be labeling him a liar.
Okay, was he telling the truth?
It's a chain. It's just a chain of hadith. You need to understand them.
It's more than one, my man. It's more than one hadith that says Aisha was 9, bro. It's more than one.
I think there's at least. I think there's only 5 or something like that. 5 or 6.
Only 5? Only
5 or 6.
It's only 5.
If you check the books it's coming from Bukhari and Muslim. You don't find it in the Muwatta of Imam Malik. And after the Quran, that is the most authentic.
I just want to try this. Hadith. Hot response. Can I ask you a question? Hot response, you there? You've been begging to come up. Hot response, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Do you agree with him that you can? Yeah, I just want to. I just like to get an opinion of another Muslim really quick.
What?
For the opinion of another Muslim, can you just say like Bukhari is wrong?
What?
Can you just say Bukhari is wrong? That's what I see.
Yeah, hello? So can we get back to?
Yeah, you've been begging to come up, bro. Your camera's trash. Your microphone's trash.
Basically, why you kicking me down, bro? Come on now.
Because you're wasting time.
Why'd you meet me as well?
But I'm talking to Abraham right now, so you're gonna have to hold on. All right, Abraham, back to you. All right, so you pretty much Abdul Rahman. You're pretty much saying You don't take Bukhari hadiths. You only take
No, but
yours.
where I'm getting confused is because in Islam,
bro,
there's like
can I speak to the brother, bro?
Quiet up, bro.
I'm trying to talk to my man,
Shut up, bro. This guy trying to justify.
My guy, I'm trying to talk to my man, please. Avad, yeah. What you're not understanding is
this is insane.
there's so many books, many books within Islam, innit? Like thousands of books. Mm-hmm. I don't know why you're emphasizing on Bukhari. I have no problem with Bukhari.
Wait. You asked the question. You asked me why. What I'm saying why is because I'm sure Musa right here would agree.
Within my speech. It's not a question. It's not
any Muslim
It's not a question what I was saying to you. I pretty much get your stance. What I'm saying is, I don't know why you're
can we switch to me?
Hold on, Musa. Hold on.
This convo is wild, man. I don't know why you're emphasizing on Bukhari when we've got the golden chain of Imam Malik. And this is a fact, what I'm saying. After the Qur'an, this is the most authentic thing as a hadith before Bukhari. And Imam Malik was a tabi'in. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said the 3 generations. That's the companions, the tabi'in, and the tabi'in. So if it's not in Imam Malik's works, because Imam Malik's a tabi'in, if it's not in these works, I ain't taking that straight.
Okay. Hold on, guys. I just want to finish. So I just want to get where you at. What you're saying is you reject all hadith other than one specific. That's what you just said.
I'm not saying that.
You literally, my man, respectfully.
I've got the golden muwatta.
I don't want to have to mute you. I'm gonna have to mute you because you're not letting me respond to what you're saying. You literally just said verbatim. You literally just said out of your own mouth. If it's not from the golden chain of Imam Malik, you won't take it. You said you're not taking it. Literally, that's what you said.
What is the golden chain of Imam Malik? Can I ask you? What is it?
It doesn't matter. I just want to get the point really quick before. Hold on, Musa.
It does matter, bro.
No, it does. I'm just trying to get your.
Yes, it does matter.
I'm gonna have to drop you, and I don't want to.
Bro.
Just listen. But what you're saying is, if a hadith doesn't come from the golden chain of Imam Malik, you won't take it, right? That's literally what you said.
That. I never said that.
All right, hold on. I'm about to pull the YouTube up. No, I'm about to pull the YouTube. I'm about to play your words back because you're lying right now. I don't really understand why you're lying. You literally said this. Okay, all right, perfect. All right, good, perfect. No problem.
Play.
I'm gonna play it.
Go listen.
You're right. We're all gonna listen. 1 second.
Oh my God, bro! Please, can you just move on?
No, Musa, I don't want to move on. I'm gonna drop you, bro. If you can't wait a second, I'm gonna just drop you.
This guy's so desperate.
I've got school, bro.
Stop being impatient,
man. Patience.
All right, hold on. Let me share this screen, right? So you can hear yourself saying this.
This is crazy, man. Well, at least I know you guys are clear.
Musa.
Shut up, Musa. Eat your Cheerios.
Hold on.
Within Islam, innit? Like thousands of books. Mm-hmm. I don't know why you're emphasizing on Bukhari. I have no problem with Bukhari. Wait.
You asked the question. You asked me why. What I'm saying why is because I'm sure Musa right here would agree.
Within my speech. It's not a question.
Any Muslim. I'm gonna have to mute you. Because you're not letting me respond to what you're saying. You literally just said verbatim.
Bukhari when we've got the golden chain of Imam Malik, and this is a fact. What I'm saying. After the Quran, this is the most authentic thing as a hadith before Bukhari. And Imam Malik was a tabi'in. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said the 3 generations. That's the companions, the tabi'in, and the tabi'in. So if it's not in Imam Malik's works, because Imam Malik's a tabi'in. If it's not in these works,
if it's not in these works, I'm not taking that. That's literally. Did you hear yourself right there? You said if it's not in these works, I'm not taking that. You heard it?
Yeah.
Abraham, did you hear what you said?
Hello?
Hold on, knowledge of power. You mute up. Abraham, did you hear yourself?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you at all.
All right, you need to go drop and come back up or something, man. You just drop and come back up.
My turn.
Your turn for what?
We're gonna go back on the
can't hear you,
child.
I'm gonna remove you.
Yeah, so I don't see where your God objects to child marriage. I'm not gonna lie.
I already showed you, bro. If you don't get it, then I'm just gonna drop you. Okay. We've shown you the best we can show you.
Musa a clown.
Knowledge is power. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. How are you?
Pretty good. You a Muslim?
Yeah, Sunni Muslim, bro. That guy just didn't have the answer, the knowledge to answer the question, bro. He should have just said, I don't have the knowledge. I don't know what he's discounting or holding it for.
I don't know either. That's what I told him yesterday. He wasn't listening to me.
If the future's own objective is come up here. I mean, how are you arguing against other Muslims of your own? It doesn't even make any sense, mate.
Hey, I agree with you, man. Why aren't you Christian? Why are you Muslim? You got anything else other than that?
Why should I be Christian?
Because we have thousands of years of evidence for our religion.
Okay.
We have the book of Genesis that says that the seed of the woman, not in only. Hold on, let me talk to Abdurrahman again. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna tell you in 1 second. Hold on, let me finish up with him because he came back. He was here first. All right, give me 1 second. So Abdurrahman, did you hear yourself say if it doesn't come from the golden chain of Imam Malik, you ain't taking it? You can't hear me still? You can't hear me right now? Yeah, something wrong with your phone, bro. YouTube, can y'all hear me? Somebody's in the comments on YouTube. Can y'all make sure y'all can hear me on YouTube, please? Somebody comment, tell me if you can hear me on YouTube. Maybe you can't. Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you still. I can't see my screen going. You know when you talk, the voice thing moves. I can't see that, but
you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, did you hear yourself say if it doesn't come from the golden chain of Imam Malik that you're not taking it?
Play it. I didn't hear that bit.
All right, hold on. Let me put it on the screen for you.
And then say what you said before I said that. I said I'll reject every hadith. Because Imam Malik's a tabi'in. If it's not in these works,
I ain't taking it. Julie, let's play it again.
Imam Malik's works, because Imam Malik's a tabi'in. If it's not in these works, I ain't taking it. Yeah. But not in your context though.
Huh?
Not how you're putting it. How you're putting it, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm not really saying that though. I've got so many books of other scholars.
You said it. I just played you saying it. What you mean you're not saying it?
But no, that's in final conviction though. So if I wanted to, so you got the
what is this, AI?
Wait. So you've got the biography of the
He's
Prophet
not real.
Muhammad.
He can't be real.
You've got the biography of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You don't find these stories in the Muwatta. So what, I meant to discard that, the Sirah, because of what I just said. No, in context of, in finality, like, that's not even a word, but basically, in final convictions, if I had to do a serious judgment, because I'm from the school, I follow the Maliki madhab, so of course I'm gonna have that bias with my scholar. You know what I mean?
What's the minimum? Let
me clarify it for you. Okay, I do not reject every hadith, bro. So before you lot start laughing, that's not really. It's still a little moment for joy, but that's not what I mean. So. You know what I mean? Let's be real.
Okay. Abdurrahman, you said you follow the Maliki school. What's the minimum age of marriage according to the Maliki school?
I'm gonna have to research that one.
I researched it already for you. Hold on. I'm gonna show you really quick. Hold on, let me pull it up. J for J might have it faster than me. J for J, do you have it really quick?
Go on Google at the same time as chatting to you, so just making it known, innit?
I don't think J for J here. J for J be having it on deck. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, what's up? Let me see if I can find some sources from the Maliki school. Because in all four schools, you can map.
I'm sure it's like probably like 12, something like that.
Yeah, it's 9. Maliki school. 9. Marriage can occur before puberty, consummation only after physical maturity is evident. Age 9 is cited in classical texts as the minimum age with some girls to reach maturity.
Where's that on Google?
ChatGPT.
Oh, I can see your thing now. Go on.
Yes, right there. It's on the screen. If you want to see it, guys, go to the YouTube at Nazarene Remnants with Oblias. All right, but there you go.
Yeah, go on.
That's it. That's the Maliki
Hit the
school.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Hit the YouTube.
Well, boy, man, I don't know, man. Where I'm from in West Africa, That's a different. There's a different law.
I know.
There,
that's why.
But
that's why you should just.
But 9, 10,
but listen.
play, okay.
What? Oh shoot!
Okay,
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, go
on. What are the majority of people? What religion are the majority of people in West Africa?
They're from the Maliki madhab.
No, I'm saying what religion are they? Forget. I'm not like what's the biggest religion in West Africa?
People in West Africa.
Yeah.
West Africa.
They're Christians.
No, it's Muslim.
Yeah, they're Christians.
It's Muslim.
Nah, it's Christians. It's only two majority. It's only two majority. Well, it's only one really majority Muslim country in West Africa.
But that Christianity, thereupon is not.
I'm saying
like Islam. With Islam,
yeah, I'm saying, but that's why. But that's how you said like in
their Islam, but with the Christianity in West Africa, it goes back to like the Europeans and that. So
yeah, my point is,
I don't see the joy and hope.
My point is right. The reason why in West Africa it ain't like this is because it is a Christian base. Islam kind of comes on top of it, but it's a Christian base. Why aren't you a Christian, man? Why are you a Muslim?
But back in England and where I was born, Britain, they used to have child marriages, and I'm sure in America they play those games as well. Anyway.
Yeah. Here's the thing about America, right? I don't deny that the age of marriage
ain't got a limit of age. So
you're right, but the Bible has a limit of stage of life, not age, but definitely stage of life. I can show it to you, but hold on. My question to you is
as well, though. This is what I really want.
I just showed you your school of thought says it's mine.
But what does the Quran? No. But
the Quran and verse.
If I have to research what you showed, I'm not gonna take what.
Just research it. Yeah, research it. That's fair enough.
Go back and do my homework on that. Innit? I'm not just gonna take your.
Research it.
Yeah, I will. But
Jay, hold on. I think Jay might have a source.
I'll go on YouTube. I'll go on YouTube and show you the sources.
All right, he's gonna come on YouTube. Yeah, come on over, J4J. The link's in the comments. You can come over. J4J, ChatGPT. That's the best I got, man. I don't feel like digging into all this stuff today. If you don't trust ChatGPT, it's okay. You ain't got to. All right, but he's gonna come over and show you. But in the meantime, bro,
was that ChatGPT you showed me with all the Maliki thing?
Yeah, it was ChatGPT for sure.
ChatGPT. I'm not trying to say that's why you're wrong now, but ChatGPT it can be twanged in it.
I'm gonna be honest. If anything,
I've had to correct ChatGPT on. So
if anything, ChatGPT is actually more friendly to Islam. If I'm being honest, it's actually more friendly to Islam. It tries to lie for y'all a lot of times.
It's friendly to everything pretty much. You can't really say Islam. That's your little bias, but.
I mean, that's fair enough. It is. You're right. It is kind of friendly to everything. I'll be fair. You are kind of right. Yeah, but it's friendly to Islam too. That's true.
But what do you call it?
Babylon.
So, what was you saying before your guy said he's coming on YouTube?
Well, what I'm saying is, why aren't you a Christian? Why are you a Muslim?
Oh, it's sound, isn't it? Sound. It goes with my African culture.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't go to African culture. What was the largest slave trade in the history of the world? The largest and the longest slave trade in the history of the world?
I would say it was the Islamic slave trade.
Yeah. Do you know what they did to your people in the Islamic slave trade? They castrated us.
Wait. Who's my people?
Yeah, I'm just saying black people in general, man. West Africans. I'm West African like you.
Yeah, but what?
Matter of fact,
you're a descendant of West Africa.
You're true enough. I'm gonna say my father's ancestry traces back to this guy's country right here that you got on your picture. My father's ancestry traces back to Burkina Faso.
So
my mother's ancestry traces back to Nigeria.
How did they become Muslim? The people in Burkina Faso.
How did they become Muslim?
Yeah.
Conquest.
Because you said they got castrated and
they were. So yeah, in the Islamic. No, I'm not talking about specifically in the Islamic slave trade. When they came and they took us from West Africa, they castrated us so we couldn't have children.
The Islamic slave trade was more emphasized on the East, not the West.
But they came to the West. You're right. You're correct. You're correct. It was more emphasized on the East, but they also took us from the West as well, man.
Yeah, but they didn't do it like the Europeans now.
They did it worse. They did it worse than the Europeans. They used to make us walk. They used to make us walk across the Sahara Desert.
I'm from Ghana, yeah.
Yeah.
Traditionally speaking, we had Muslim judges within the Ashanti courts. Our kings was not Muslim. Can you kindly explain why?
Explain why what? Your king wasn't Muslim?
Yeah, and how he had control over Muslim judges and Muslim doctors that circumcised the boys, because traditionally
I don't know.
speaking,
The point, my man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. The point still kind of remains.
no, but
right?
you said they enslaved us and that, but that's
no,
not
they
my
did. They came to
it's
historical fact that the
Arabs
did come to.
Fact, but you can't pin that on me. Like,
not you. I'm not. Yeah, of course you didn't do it. My point is that Islam did it, right? So how does that match up with your African culture?
Though, not to my people.
Did it to all people in West Africa?
Honor. Pardon?
It did to all people in West. So what? Just because someone's a country up from you, then you just deny? You just don't care what happened to them?
No, but if my people who was not Muslim, because if you know about my history and my people, we ran away from Muslims from ancient Ghana Empire when around
Good job.
Around first AD, no 10th century CE. Yeah, by the not Amazigh, by the Malians that linked up with the Amazigh. Long story, but anyway, by the Malis, it was in-house beef because I got I've got things written down. So
for sure,
not just written down, I've got a lot of books. But anyway,
listen. The point is though,
in our proverbs and that we ran away from Muslims, but at the same time we dealt with them. We've even got a name for Muslims in my language, which is called Kromufo.
You had to run away from them to deal with them. That's kind of the point, right? Why should you have to run away from people?
But you're not getting it. You're not getting it, yeah? When we once established ourselves, when we moved further down south,
so they made you.
Check
out what you. No. I don't want to wait. I want you to see what you're saying first. You're literally saying you had to run from.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Then, hold on.
Do you know about my history? The accounts. Do you know who we are?
I'm just listening to what you're saying. What you literally said was.
You might be getting me wrong, so I might have to correct you.
Well, then let me say what you said, and then you can correct me. Why you just keep talking?
Okay, go on. Talk then. Go on.
You literally said you had to run from them. Then you were able to establish yourself.
Why? Because you went. But why then? So
go ahead. Tell me why, man. Tell me why. I'm gonna see for how long I'm gonna leave you up here because you
no, but you. It seems like
go ahead. Tell me why. Tell me why.
It seems like you had that idea.
Tell me why you ran from him. Go ahead.
Obviously, it was political reasons. It wasn't religious reasons. That would be a lie to say.
It was precisely, bro. But Islam.
No, it wasn't precisely religious reasons.
Bro, check this out.
That means you're not aware of the dynasties.
Bro, check it out. You're not listening.
In that region,
Islam, and in Islam, the religious and the political are not separated.
My guy, you can't. But my guys, we're gonna have a smooth.
All right, man. Watch your head, man. Watch your head.
No, wait. Before you drop him, wait.
All right, never mind. I brought you back because Babylon want to speak to you. Go ahead.
What?
Come on, bro, man. You got now to deal with your guests. Wait. I mean, like, crazy, man.
Wait, Muslim. Wait.
Crazy, man. Wait. Crazy, man.
So you said Imam Malik, Muwatta Malik, never said Aisha she was 9 or 6.
Avyad.
Yeah, he's asking you. Did you say Imam Malik never said Aisha was 9?
Yeah, go on. Show me.
Did you say that?
I'm not even bothered about that because I know the origin of that chain. Go on, show me.
Did you say yes or no?
I never said that. You're putting words in my mouth.
That.
This platform is wild, you know. A lot of
don't make me go back. Come on, man. You make me go back and do it again. You definitely said that. I did it one time. Do it again.
I said the Maliki school of thought. I never said Imam Malik didn't say that. I said if that hadith is not in Imam Malik's Muwatta.
So if Babylon showing you. Hold on, he's on YouTube. Babylon, I'm gonna put you on YouTube. Give me 1 second. Let me go to TikTok and share the screen.
Go on, no, but Babylon, go and show. Go
Babylon finish show, but hold on, I'm out there. You gonna have to give me a second because I gotta pull it up. I gotta pull it up, and I'm not even following this page. Hold on, let me find this page on TikTok.
Okay, you know Arabic?
Little bit, but translate in English.
Okay. Watch this.
And bring the Arabic
Kitab,
and English. Go on.
Kitab, pay attention. Kitab.
What book? What book?
Malik.
Yeah, go on.
Malik.
What page?
Malik.
What page? What page? Yeah, I've got the Muwatta right in my hand. What page?
Here, I'm showing you.
124, 6. I don't know which one. He's showing you. Look at the screen.
What book in the Muwatta?
124. أم المؤمنين تزوجها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بمكة وهي بنت 6 سنين.
Wait,
وبنى
I'm not
بها.
reading along with you. I'm genuinely not. I'm trying to find where. 124. Where? What's the book called?
موطأ مالك.
Yeah, but
The
what's
one you
the
asked.
book called within the Muwatta? Because there's chapters and there's books in it within the Muwatta. So what book within the Muwatta?
6 صفحة 124.
Yeah, but what's the book called?
Okay.
What's it? Bab
كتاب موطأ مالك رواية
Bab
يحيى.
what? Bab what chapter? What bab? What bab? What bab?
عائشة بنت أبي بكر الصديق.
What bab? What bab, man?
Here, bab. Here.
I can't
Aisha
see. I
bintu.
can't see.
He has. You can see.
It's on the screen. Look at the screen.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. Can you say in English? Because I don't know what you're. I don't know what you're talking.
I just said it.
Tell me
Aisha.
what it's like. Tell me the name. Tell me the name, so I'll have to find it. What's the name in Arabic?
Aisha.
He's not read the Bab, you know. Nazarene. Avyad. He's not telling
this guy
he's not playing fair, you know. I'm trying to read along. I've got the Muwatta. I've got the book. I've literally got the book. I've got it. I've got the Arabic and English.
Okay, go read the
book. I've got the full English.
Okay.
I've got 2 versions.
Page 124. So
that might be on the internet 124. What is the Bab? What is the chapter called? It seems like you don't know.
Brother, I gave it to you.
Brother, you're just telling me 124.
You go to Aisha.
Aisha. Brother, you're not telling me the book, the chapter.
Okay, you can drop it.
I can't genuinely see
Let's
it,
read
bro.
it ourselves.
I'm even trying to zoom in. I'm on some
yeah. You're right. You can drop them, brother. We're done. Let's read it ourselves.
That's why I like YouTube. You can mute the whole time. It ain't like TikTok. They can't come back till you unmute them. Go ahead, Babylon.
You want to read it or you want me to read it? It's up to you.
All right. It says, the mother of the believers, the messenger of God, may God's prayers and peace be upon him, married her in Mecca when she was a 6-year-old. And he built, what did it say? He built her in a city away from Badar in Hawal in the 2nd year. Bed her. In the city of Hawal in the 2nd year of migration, she was 9 years old. So there you go.
This is who?
Imam Malik.
You've not answered the question, bro. What? Why are you muting me for, bro?
Because you talk too much.
Because you're left shoulder.
Wait, man.
Just calm down.
No, I'm calm. No, it's just hopefully you have a nice day.
Whose book is that?
You ain't gonna be.
Whose book is that?
Malik's book.
There you go.
Yeah, what book? What chapter? What chapter?
I told you. Chapter Aisha bintu Abi Bakr.
Bro, you're chatting rubbish, man. You're chatting rubbish now, bro. You're chatting rubbish.
I know the rubbish is your Allah and Muhammad. The rubbish is Allah and Muhammad. Yes.
All right.
I'm saying what chapter is it in? Where? You're just saying Aisha. There's no book called
We're done.
Watch it here, man. Watch it here. That's true.
And I could show him.
All right, which one to show him, J for J? Yeah, you can show him. Which one to show him, J for J?
I've been doing my screen share. I could show him that, like, in his school of jurisprudence, he can grade little prepubescents and all that.
Request to share your screen again. I'll share it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the right one.
I've been kicked off like 1,000 times. Like, what?
Bro, relax. Calm down, bro. You talk too much. That's why you keep getting kicked off. You talk too much. Just listen for a second, bro, and try to understand.
So in this fiqh book called Al-Risala, by Sheikh Abdullah ibn Abi Zayd al-Qayrawani. 33.5, it reads, the estibra is observed in the case of the slave girl who changes ownership. It is one menstruation. Ownership changes by selling, giving away, capture, or any other way. If the woman menstruates after being in the possession of the new master, that is, she was a minor girl, before he has bought her, then she does not have to observe an estibra, which is like a waiting period, if she has not gone out. The estibra for a child when she is sold is 3 months, as it is for a woman who no longer menstruates. There is no estibra for a woman who has never had intercourse.
So, all of this internet bullshit. I've got books, bro.
Okay.
Show me
the reference is right here.
Yeah, there's the book.
Where's that? That's not the book. Hold on.
Who's at the bottom? That's the reference.
And I could go to the PDF.
But I've got the Muwatta. I'm talking about a Muwatta here. I listen. I'm not disputing whatever you're saying. I'm talking about the Muwatta.
Y'all done with this guy yet, man?
I've got the Muwatta.
I think he's at this point. He's in bot mode. You're in bot mode, bro.
He's malfunctioning at this point.
He's malfunctioning right now, man. I think we're done, man.
He in bot mode, man. I can't do nothing when you're in bot mode, bro.
He need a new Dawa update. He is doing what Sabrina. He's doing what Sabrina, Saber guy, we call him Sabrina, does. I have the book. You don't have the book. Well, I have internet.
That's a fact.
Maybe you don't have internet.
They forget that we have Google. They be forgetting there's Google Translate. They be forgetting all that.
They're rejecting the internet. Why? Because they're saying I have the book, which is stupid. They're playing I have the book. I don't care if you have the book. I'm not paying thousands of dollars for stupid books if we have it online. Simple. And why are we going so far? It's in the Qur'an. You can marry baby girl 1 year, 1 day,
literally
1 year, 1 week, 1 month, whatever you like, Muslim. It's in the Qur'an.
Yep.
What you want me to do? It's right there. All right. What you say, Clippy? Go ahead, brother.
I just say all you can do is tell the truth.
That's it, man. Tell the truth, you can't lie. All right, any more Muslims, man? If you want to hit the request button, come up. It's a general screen. So, once again, y'all like to come up and talk about Numbers 31, this blah, 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 all this other stuff. So if you want to talk about all that, today is the perfect day. Come hit the request button. Come on up. All right, come on up, and we will let you in. You can tell us why you're not a Christian or why you are a Muslim. Any one of those questions will go. If you want to come and prove that Islam doesn't allow child marriage, what's a woman according to any of our topics or anything else you got, man. It is a completely open panel. We'll see if we get anybody else other than we got Musa earlier, which he gave me a great clip saying that he's perfectly okay with a 9-year-old who's bled and can withstand penetration being penetrated. So that's a great clip. In the coming weeks, we'll see that one. I'm way behind on clipping. But you'll see that one in a while. I have 4 baby wives, and they have what? Oh, geez. Oh, wait. Abraham, why are you coming back, man? What do you want, man? You're in bot mode, man. You re-requested for what? What you need, man?
Nah, to switch up the picture, man. But nah, man. What do you call it? I want that Arab man to tell me what chapter. He still hasn't provided the chapter.
Oh gosh, bro, watch your head, man.
65 forward, bro.
I gave you everything: the book name, the chapter name, the line name.
You give me the book. I've
page
got the
number
book in my hand.
Open it.
Okay, that's phase 1. Phase 2. What's the chapter?
That's phase 1. See, he did not open it
got
yet.
The book. Phase 1.
Is it in Arabic?
Phase 2 chapter.
Is it in Arabic? I've got
the Arabic and English next to it.
Open your camera and show us.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, do that. You can open your camera here. I'll show you on TikTok.
No, you
yeah,
see.
Thanks for letting me know.
Arabic, I'll trust you.
What's up,
God
Clip?
bless you guys.
Anytime, brother.
All right, take care.
Yeah,
Take care, guys.
God bless.
Take care.
Yeah.
Well, Allah doesn't
You can't see
bless.
nothing,
Allah
bro.
only misguides.
It's black.
Can't you see?
Nah, it's the screen black.
Oh, hold on. See?
Nah, man, the screen black.
Then I don't know, man. I showed it.
I don't know. We couldn't see it, bro. The screen was black, man. All right. My question to you is, man, how much evidence do you need? What do you need? Hello? Yeah, you malfunctioning again.
Can you see it?
Re-request.
Yeah, he got bad signal. He got the book, but got bad signal.
Horrible. All right, my gosh. Musa, what do you want, man?
Musa, you keep coming back for more.
Keep getting the same guy, man. What you need
now,
Musa?
Why are you guys running from me? I'm not gonna lie.
Who running
I just
from
want to talk.
What do you want?
Why are you Christian?
Why am I Christian?
Yeah.
Because we have 5, 6, 7,000 years of prophets who all have prophesied the same message that ended in Jesus Christ.
Don't you think that'd be kind of like skeptical? Like, I don't see where the Jews will, come into play. If they expected a Messiah that was meant to die, why don't they believe in Jesus?
Some of them did.
Yeah, but we expect the majority of them to believe in this.
That's not true. You can't say that majority of them believed anything. How do you know what majority of them believed? You can say majority of them today. At the time of Jesus, you don't know what majority of them believed at the time of Jesus. You have no idea.
Well, majority of them rejected him. They crucified him.
How do you know? No. That doesn't mean the majority. Who crucified him? It was the what?
It was the people in Jerusalem.
Was the sin? No, not the people, right? Jerusalem was not ruled by democracy. Who was the rulers of Jerusalem at the time? Who was the rulers of Judea?
It was Romans.
Romans, and who were right up under the Romans? What were the Jewish rulers called?
The rabbis,
Not necessarily just the rabbis, but yeah, specifically at this point, it's the Pharisees, it's the high court. So the high court wanted Christ crucified. Doesn't mean that majority of the people agree with the high court. It's not true.
Well, according to one of your gospels, the crowd did want them crucified.
That's one. Yeah, that's one crowd. That's one crowd that was there. Are all the people in that crowd? Of course not.
Well, it was according to the gospels, majority of them, I think.
Show me. Read the verse. Read the verse in the gospel where it says majority of them.
Well, I guess there was some sort of like chaos. So until majority of them kind of agree with it.
No, nowhere does it say majority of them agree. We don't know whether majority agreed or not. Matter of fact, we have it in the scriptures where they say literally that like the people are talking amongst themselves and half say he's the Messiah that's to come and half say he's a sorcerer. That's in the scriptures where it's half and half, not majority.
Obviously, I agree that people kind of did believe he was a Messiah.
Yeah. So just because some didn't believe doesn't mean that it's not true.
Yeah, but one of the reasons why after he dies, that's when they started rejecting him and they didn't believe he was a Messiah. Because according to
that's not true either, right? Where do you get it from the date that? How many Jews are in the world today, man? 15 million.
Around there, yeah.
It's about 15 million. It was probably that many, but it was probably that many back then. It's only 15 million left after all these years. And do you know why? Because a lot of them were Christians, and now we don't know them as Jews. You don't even know they have a Jewish heritage because they became Christian. Their heritage is gone as a Jew. Now they're just a Christian. You have none of this evidence that proves that. Yeah, you have none of this evidence that proves that majority of the Jews reject him as Messiah. That's not necessarily true. You're assuming this because of modern day, but modern day doesn't equal antiquity.
Look, I think one of the reasons why the Jews reject him is because they don't believe that the Messiah is the Son of Man God.
Yes, they do. Right. So if you go back and you read the Jewish sources that's prior, don't go back and read like rabbis after Jesus. Read the rabbis before Jesus. They agree that it's two. It's two messiahs, right? You have Rabbi ben David and Rabbi ben Joseph. Rabbi ben Joseph is literally a man, and both of them are actually men. Neither one of them are some spiritual. Both of them are men. Rabbi ben Joseph, Messiah ben Joseph is going to die according to Jewish tradition. Rabbi ben David is the one that's going to rule forever. Now we just have the knowledge that both of these are the same person in two separate comings. They think it's two separate messiahs, so they thought it was two separate messiahs.
I'm only any reference for that. I don't believe that anybody prior to the
Targum Jonathan. Google Targum Jonathan, Isaiah 42.
Okay, I'm gonna read into that.
Just read the whole Targum Jonathan. You'll see it. The whole Targum Jonathan is going to explain to you that yes, they of course thought the Messiah was a man that was going to come.
All right, bro. I think I'm kind of bored, bro. I got school, but I'll read into that.
All right. God bless.
Have a good day.
Saja, the sister, how you doing?
Good. How are you? God bless you guys.
God bless.
Happy Friday.
Of course. All praises. Good Friday. Well, it's not Good Friday, but it's a Good Friday.
Amen.
What?
These people are intellectually bankrupt.
Yeah. I don't think they want to see sometimes. Honest to God, because I think even with Abu Rahman, I'm sure he's still watching on YouTube. I think he doesn't want to see. I think they start to see. It's just like anything else, right? You ever like had a friend and you started to see you probably should start disassociating yourself a bit with this friend because they're kind of dragging you back, and then you try to forget it, like you don't want to see it. You don't want to see that I probably need to limit my relationship with this person. It's not going to be at the same level it was before, but you don't want to see it. You don't want it, so you just drown it out. But you see it, and you can never really go back. It almost makes you angry. So it's just. I think that's the point where some of them get.
Hey, Sajid, the J4J brothers, sisters. God bless and God bless everyone.
God bless you.
Host, why Muslims always talk about the ones who did not believe?
That's a fact.
Why we're not talking about the ones who believed?
Yeah.
Why they believed?
Yes. You're right, brother. And that's the whole book of Acts. If you notice the whole book of Acts, Paul is going around and he's talking to the Jews in different communities, and he says he goes to the synagogue. He opens the book of the law and he reasons with them from the book of the law. So the reason why Paul was able to convince Jews that Jesus was the Messiah, he wasn't reading Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. He wasn't reading Corinthians because he hadn't wrote Corinthians yet. He was reading the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're so right. Why did they believe?
And everybody heard and saw the miracles of Jesus.
Yeah.
His body was missing. And of course, the word is going to go wild. What's going on? Where's the body? Show us the body. The body's not there. And of course, the disciples told everyone, we saw him. He's alive. Like he said 3 days later.
Yeah. 1000%.
And here you go. They proved that Psalm 22. That's why the Jews start believing.
Yeah.
Why the Muslims always point finger, the ones who did not believe. What do we do about the ones who believed?
Yeah.
Well, Allah in the Qur'an, he said he made them righteous above everyone else.
It's a fact. Above. That's a fact. He may put him above. I want to put it on the screen for people on YouTube so they can say this. And he says he's going to put him above until the end.
Yep. 2 verses in the Quran, chapter 3, verse 55 and 61:14.
3:65.
55.
3:55. Okay, 3:55. And what's the other one? I just want to.
61:14.
61:14.
And for everybody, Tafsir Qurtubi from 61:14, it gives you the names of all the disciples of Jesus. Include who? Host? Paul. And where Jesus sent him to Rome, even the locations, Qurtubi gave us that information.
Yeah.
Who and to where. And the first name was Paul to Rome.
It's crazy. It's the first name too. What y'all talk about Paul? It's the first name. That's crazy.
The first one, Paul and Peter to Rome.
Yeah.
But we have a problem. Was Jesus there when Paul was on earth? Nope. Okay. Why Muslims say then Paul never met Jesus? If it's in your book, that means he met him.
That's a fact.
And he gave him an order. That's in your book, Muslims. Read your books. That's what we do. We point a finger at the books when we read. Simple.
Wait, what's the reference for that?
61:14. Tafsir al-Qurtubi, you go all the way to the bottom.
Oh, yeah, okay. I read that one. Thanks. Yeah.
The last 5-6 lines. Pick it up in Arabic, only in Arabic. translate, you're going to see the name of all disciples in all the locations that Jesus sent the disciples to. And Ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet, said that Allah supported those who believed in the time of Jesus by showing Muhammad on the religion of the kuffar, infidel. That's in there too. When I read this, I was like, no way Ibn Abbas said that.
What do you want,
but it's in there.
So
Yeah,
we
I
all
also
are we
have,
all cool, yeah? So we all good, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, bro, we cool. What you need though, man?
Yeah, so I'm just asking the Arab man, just what chapter, what, you know what I mean?
Yo, bro, come on, man.
The Arab man.
What you on, man? Like, what you on, bro? Listen, bro.
The Arab man.
He showed you it in Arabic, bro.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool,
yeah, you
man.
cool. I'm saying.
No, but what book? What chapter?
He showed you the book, bro. He showed it to you.
I've got the book.
Aisha.
That's the book.
I mean,
Babal Aisha.
So, look, bro, why are you a Muslim, man? Why are you a Muslim, bro? Let me ask you a better question. Why aren't you a Christian? Why do you reject Christianity?
I was born Christian.
Okay, why are you not Christian anymore?
Obviously, as I got older,
yeah,
and started to read it for myself. This is roughly because I'm 31 now. I took my Shahada when I just turned 16.
Alright.
So when because I got baptized, when did I get baptized? I think 9 or 10. So from there, I was a bit more free to observe it myself and read it. And obviously my mum would say come church and that, but like before I used to go bed, I proper used to make sure I need to say my prayer to the Lord and all of these things, and you know what I'm saying. But as I got older and a bit wiser, let me put my charger in. It's charging. Yeah, as I got a bit older and a bit wiser, and learning my history as a black man, is like, I had to abandon Christianity.
Why? So wait. What was it? Was it history that made you abandon Christianity? Or was it the actual religion?
I would say history.
So it was history.
The lack of understanding.
Let's start one. All right. One was the history. So I'm guessing you're referring to the history of what? Slavery?
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you a question, right?
Let me ask you. I'm a master in that, man. We're gonna go in circles with this.
I just want to go one by one. First of all, so did you research the history, the Arab history of slavery, the Muslim in particular, history of slavery?
But I didn't research. That didn't come till later on.
What were the last? Let me just ask you this, right? What were the last 2 countries in the world to outlaw slavery? Do you know?
I think Mauritania is one.
Mauritania, and what's the second one? Where is Mecca and Medina?
Saudi.
Saudi Arabia did not outlaw slavery until 1962.
Okay, gone.
So
remember, you're saying slavery, so it's already got a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, slavery. It means they own people.
Having a servant, just bear that.
No. In Saudi Arabia, you could own humans, not just a servant. You own them.
But in a Khan
your
culture,
property.
you could own humans as well.
In what?
In my culture, the Khans, you could own humans as well.
Touche. My point is one reason why you said that you left was the history of slavery. But Islam has a worse
on the European. But what you're telling me now, remember, I took my shahada at 16, so there was a lot of learning I've done.
For sure.
So whatever you're gonna say, I'm always gonna fling it back on the European slave trade because it's both. You're not gonna say one is better.
That's my point, right?
They're both bad.
But do you know the difference?
Was the Islamic one?
Yeah, but do you know? Hold on.
Islamic history.
Hold on, but you just said
know what's kind of going on.
You just said one of the key points, though, my man. One of them is just called the transatlantic slave trade, and I'm not going to deny that it was done by nations who were made up of Christians, but no one called it the Christian slave trade. right? Because it wasn't perpetrated on the bounds of Christianity. It was perpetrated on the bounds of those humans.
I'm saying Islamic slave trade loosely, by the way.
No, but Islam allows
very loosely.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you a good example, right? Do you know
I can take a picture and show you my library?
I got you.
So I'm purposely holding back.
Yeah,
I'm just,
here's the okay. Let me just break it down to you. No problem. Man, let me ask you this, right? No problem, man. Hold on. Okay. All right. Now in America, do you know who was the first? Who was considered the first theist in American history?
The theist.
Terrorist.
No, I'm not.
It's a guy named John Brown. Do you know how John Brown got that designation?
No.
He was an American Christian who went to war against the United States government because he did not like slavery. And the reason why he didn't like slavery because he was a preacher in America, and he said it's antithetical to his entire religion.
Yeah.
In America, we have this thing now. It still exists now. It's called the Republican Party.
Yeah.
The Republican Party was created by Christians simply on the bounds that slavery shouldn't exist. We had the radical Republicans led by Christians in the U.S. that brought in an age that we call Reconstruction, a great age for Black people in the United States of America. You have nothing like this in Islam, where any Muslims wanted to end slavery. They enjoyed slavery. They liked slavery, and if the West had not pressured them, let me finish my thought. Let me just finish my thought. Right? Not only did nobody in the Muslim world have a problem with slavery. Yeah. The only reason your holiest land, Mecca and Medina, doesn't still have slaves today is because the U.S. pressured them to end slavery in 1962. They didn't want to do it. Are you gonna let
me talk, or are you just gonna keep butting me in and then reading?
Yeah, once I finish,
have a good convo.
Okay, my man, you don't know how to have a convo because you don't let anyone finish. Right. Now I'm done. You can go ahead and say what you got to say, man. Go ahead.
Obviously, when you're saying slavery, it's already got a bad connotation to it, and I'm not gonna deny what the Muslims was doing back in the day. I'm not gonna sugarcoat and be like, oh, this one's better than the other. But the concept of having a slave or a servant, this is something ancient. You know what I'm saying? Abraham had one. What's his name? Eliezer or something like that. But I'm not trying to emphasize on him, because if we can really go into it, where I feel more comfortable to talk about, because it's my field, my culture. You know what I'm saying? My culture, my African culture that you might object to based on your Christianity, but simple names in the Akan culture, the day names, shall I say, each of the day names with KW, that means servant or slave, kwa or akwa. So for example, Kojo, servant of the code.
Yeah, we kind of getting off topic though, my man.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why we're getting off topic.
It's not off topic.
Yeah,
my guys, are you gonna let me talk?
Nah, because it's where you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time, right? Because
wasting your time.
Because all you're telling me is that slavery was even normal in your culture. That's fine.
Yeah, my point is, you may not know about my culture.
That's fine. I don't really. I'm talking about Islam. I'm gonna drop you. I'm talking about Islam, not African culture. So my point is,
you're bringing slavery.
Never mind. I'm just gonna get you out of here, bro, because you're not. You're
not running.
Because you're not tracking the conversation. The conversation
is talking about slavery in Africa, Islam, right? And Atlantic slave trade and all of that, and your history about.
Now I had to mute you because you wouldn't listen. The conversation is that you left Christianity because of the history of slavery. All you're telling me now is that slavery is normal, i.e., it doesn't make sense for you to say you left Christianity because of slavery, because now you're trying to convince me that slavery is normal. That's what you're trying to convince me of now. You're trying to convince me that slavery is normal. Nothing's wrong with slavery. Your culture has slavery. My culture has slavery. That's your point right now. That's the point that you're trying to make to me. I would say, fine. That means slavery is not a good reason to leave Christianity. If anything, Christians ended slavery while Muslims continued in slavery. If anything. So I don't need you to convince me that I don't want to have a conversation about your African heritage. No disrespect. It doesn't matter to the conversation.
Bro, that's one of the reasons.
Now what's the next reason that you left? What's the next reason that you left Christianity? What's the next one? Because slavery doesn't make sense. Islam has a worse record of slavery than Christianity. What's the next reason?
My guy, is it gonna be hostile?
You're right, bro. You're right, bro. You're right. Either it's going to be, you don't tell me how to run my panel, bro. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not, it doesn't go that way. It doesn't go that way. It doesn't work that way, bro. You don't tell me how to run my panel. It's either going to be, you're going to go to the comments. Now you can comment. Islam has the worst history of slavery. Their slavery started earlier and it ended later. Peace. It's fine. Their slavery started earlier and it ended later. That's Islam. It started earlier. Go ahead, brother.
And it was really brutal too.
Yes.
They would grape the women and the girls, and they would castrate the male slaves. That's why there's not like a huge African, like Black African population in the Arabian Peninsula and elsewhere where they shipped the slaves to them, because they would castrate them, and many would die from the castration.
Yes. They tried to genocide us. We don't even want you to exist. We're going to take you as slaves. And then we're going to make you not exist anymore. Because we're going to castrate so you can't even have children. Change your name. Hey, what's your real first name, man?
I know you're heated, man. Just chill, man.
Go change your name, bro, before you come back up, bro. Take it out your name, bro. I'm not calling you Pope, bro. Take it out your name and come back, bro. Take it out your name and come back. I ain't even a Catholic. Take it out your name and come back, bro. What's wrong with you? All right. But feel free, man. Hit the request button. Come up. Go change your name, bro, and come back. I'm not letting you up that in your name, bro. Go change your name. Go change your name, and then you can come back. You're not coming up with that name. Go change your name if you want to come up. Take it out your name. Other than that, you can stay in the comments, bro. Be honest with you. But yes, Islam has the worst, absolute worst history of slavery of any religion on the face of the earth. This is why the transatlantic slave trade is not known. Well, then stay in the comments. That's fine. Just stay in the comments. You ain't got to come up. That's okay. You ain't got to come up. Sorry, YouTube. Give me 1 second. I had to do something.
I think the host got a phone call. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had a phone call real quick. But yeah, no. Change your name. If you don't want to change your name, that's fine. I don't have to let you up. So that's pretty simple. Any more Muslims in the comments that want to come up, hit the request button. Feel free to come up. You can, any topic, it's an open panel. Once again, it's an open panel. You see, we've went everywhere with Abu Rahman for 47 hours. We went around the world with him 47 times. The man from Ghana got Ibrahim Toure. Let me tell you something about Ibrahim Toure, guys. Ibrahim Toure is a Muslim. Ibrahim Toure is a Muslim. Saudi Arabia called Ibrahim Toure and said, we want to build you a mosque in Burkina Faso, right? But because they want to, they want to flex on the fact that he's a Muslim, right? Ibrahim Toure, shout out to him, even though he's a Muslim. Ibrahim Toure told Saudi Arabia, get off my phone until you call him about building a hospital, a school. I have no interest in you building a mosque. What are you building a mosque for? These people need hospitals. They need schools. That's what they need. So call me back when you're willing to build a hospital or a school. Don't call me anymore about a mosque. You know the funniest part about it? Saudi Arabia didn't call him back about a hospital or a school. Crazy, right? Crazy work. It was on the books in Burkina Faso, Muslim country. Child marriage legalized. Guess what Ibrahim Toure did? Good man. Need to get away from that religion. Good man. He said, no more child marriage. Single-handedly, by himself, changed the rules on child marriage in Burkina Faso. So shout out to Ibrahim Toure. Y'all couldn't see his picture, but shout out to Ibrahim Toure. You just got to get away from this deadly religion. But he already flowing away from it. At least he cares about his people more than he cares about this disgusting religion. I saw you come off mute, Saji. You want to say something, sister?
No, I'm listening to you guys.
For sure.
I wanted to chime in before because but he dropped. The guy was appealing to the Jews, and I just wanted to tell him what the Jews used to say about his prophet. But that was way before. Now I'm just listening.
He said, didn't he say, what did he say?
Something about the Jews not believing Jesus or whatever.
Yeah, but what did the Jews say about Muhammad? What did he call it? What did the Jews call him? A crazy man? Ain't that what Rambam called him? A crazy man?
A crazy false prophet.
Yeah. So they didn't believe in They believe less in Muhammad. More believed in Jesus than believed in Muhammad. All right, guys. Any more? What we got here? We've been on about 2 hours. We might be. I say it was good for a burner. We had a good day on a burner, man. I'll be honest with you. It worked out well. Any more Muslims want to hit the request button, man? Feel free to come up. If you want to discuss any topic at all, quite frankly. Why aren't you Christian? Why are you Muslim? This ain't got to be a Muslim. You can be a Jew. You can be a Hindu, a Buddhist, a Hebrew Israelite. You can be whatever you want to be, man. Hit the request button, come up, and you can tell me why you're not a Christian. All right? Mention the title of the book here. It's right here. I actually still got it. This is my current reading. It's the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, also called the Recognitions of Clement. It is a book, and it's dated to like 150. I don't know how accurate the dating is. Might be a little more, might be a little after. It's attributed to Clement, who is the second pope or third, depending on who you ask, right? Bishop of Rome, I'll say, who learned from Peter, according to church history, learned from Peter. So the book is about him going around in Judea with Peter and with Oblias, with James the Just, leader of the church in Jerusalem, and debating a guy named Simon Magnus, and debating some of John the Baptist's disciples that tried to stick with John the Baptist, and debating some of the I don't know whether he wrote it or not, right? Because some say he wrote it, some say he didn't. I'm just reading it to see what it says. All right, some say he wrote it, some say he didn't write it. It's called the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, or you can find it under the Recognitions of Clement. So those are the two. The dating is rare. Sometimes some people dated the 80 AD, some people dated the 150. People dated at different times. It's dated kind of strange. It depends on who you ask, honestly. But that's what I'm reading now. And that's what I told. That's the book. You can find it on Amazon. I got it off Amazon. They still buying slaves in Africa and Sudan. Yes, they are. But I got it off Amazon. All right. But yeah, that's what I'm reading now. That's my daily reader after I get done with my Bible. I get a couple pages of that in. But anything want to come up, man? Hebrew, like I said, Hebrew Israelites, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't care, anyone. If you're free, man, hit the request button, come up. And it's about, people ask me, I'll tell you, right? It's where we got kind of the Nazarene Remnants name from, right? It's about a different, not gonna lie to you, a bit of a different, how should I put it? A different way of thought than you may see today, right? Not a different religion, not a different faith, but definitely a different way of thought than you may see today, right? But that's where we get all that from, all right? But any other Muslims? Go ahead, sister. You came off mute. Maybe she didn't mean to. Maybe live just glitching. I don't know. If you talking, Sajid, we can't hear you. I don't know if you was trying to talk. All right. But yeah, so that's the book. That's what we're reading now. But feel free, man, hit the request button, come up if you have any questions. Now, I'm telling you this now. When I come Monday and I put on the background, who's more moral, Jesus or Muhammad, don't come up and bring up Numbers 31 and Deuteronomy 22 and 28 or 1 Samuel 15:3. Don't come bring it out because I'm giving you a chance now to get it off your chest. So please don't wait till Monday. All right, please don't wait till Monday to come up and to ask me all these things and to bring up all these random verses when I'm asking you who's more moral, Jesus or Muhammad or Paul or Muhammad. I might even do Peter or Muhammad at this point. All right. So when I put that background up, don't then come up and decide you want to ask me 42 different questions about 43 random things. All right, don't do that. It's gonna be a waste of time. All right, hold on, I'm finna end on YouTube. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, YouTube. I think that's it for today. I think we're done for today on YouTube. If something interesting happens, I'll go back live. We got 2 hours in. Make sure you check out. We got the video of the Muslim guy leaving Islam on the page. Go check that one out. It's doing really good. I'm sure some of y'all found the page because of that video. We'll be back Monday. We don't do weekend lives, but we'll be back Monday. If you want to scroll down on the page, you can find the Church of the Way page, and you can find my page, Oblias. We'll have a Sabbath lesson this weekend on Saturday, so if you want to check out a lesson, you can check that out, and all my lessons and Bible studies are on there. So if you want to check any of it out, feel free to check any of that out. Other than that, man, we will see y'all bright and early Monday morning, 10 a.m. Back with another topic. Thank you for tuning in.